See the ocean, how it sways in the sun, keeping our stories in its motion. Lies the truth about us. Things time will tell, we might never know. We'll be gone before it all begins. Send me your songs of tomorrow.
Hello my friends, welcome to another video. It's Friday, it's the Sabbath. Well, it's not Sabbath as yet, but we're preparing for the Sabbath. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about the good man. That's gonna be the topic for today, because let's chat. I'm seeing so much stuff on social media about women saying, oh, I don't like this guy because he's so short. What kind of job are you doing? What kind of this? What kind of that? What kind of the other? And they're looking at men at face value, and they're not looking at the man for what is inside. And I think that's a lot of things that a lot of us women, we miss when we're looking for a spouse, we're looking for a husband, we're looking for, a lifelong partner. And I think we have to be very careful when we look at social media and see all the fluff and the huff that is out there. But instead, we need to stick to reality. So I came home. Actually, I just came from work and I didn't even change my clothes. Usually I come in and I change my clothes. But it's Sabbath and I need to just get some things on the stove before I run upstairs and change my clothes. But I came home and I met my husband coming inside of the house, bringing in groceries. And I'm going to show you all the groceries that he bought at a very reasonable price. I always say when my husband goes to shop, he gets like cheaper deals than I do. So now he's in charge of making grocery. Every now and then I'll stop by the grocery store because I really want to buy something for myself, but he does all the grocery shopping because he does such an amazing job. And this is the man that you want to get. I'm telling you right now. Sisters out there, you're looking for a husband, look for a man who is not cheap. A man who is going to take care of you. And when you have your children, he's going to take care of you also. So that is something you need to look at. If you're going to date someone, and you go out and this guy is very stingy, doesn't want to buy anything, saying, oh, you want to pay half of the bill, run away. Because he's going to be a very stingy person. A person who gives would always give. It does not matter. Now, I'm not saying that some men are completely stingy because they just want to. Sometimes a man is very cautious, or maybe sometimes a man doesn't have a lot of money, and you guys come together and you make things work. But keep your eyes open and look for a man who's always giving. A man who doesn't think, oh, buying something for $10 is too much. Buying something for $20 is too much. You go out, he's going to buy some drinks, he's going to buy a sandwich. You won't be saying, oh, buy your own, I buy my own. No. So let me show you all the things that my husband bought, right? And when I met my husband, that's one thing I noticed about him. We were just going out and there was nothing too much for him to bring for me. Like I'll be home and he'll be just coming to visit me and he would bring something for me. I never ask him for it, but he will bring it. He will be like, oh baby, here, take that. Oh baby, I bought this for you. Oh baby, I know this, and he'll bring it for me. I never one time asked my husband for anything. And in all our marriage, you always say, you never ask him for anything. Never ask me for money, never ask me to buy this. No, because I'm a very independent woman. But that was a kind of test in my brain too. Yeah, that's another trick, okay? Don't ask for anything. See if the man is going to give you things if you guys are dating. Okay? Trick point number 1. All right. So let's unpack these groceries. Well, actually, I put the groceries on the counter already. So these are all the things that my husband bought, right? Avocados. He got some plantain, some peppers. Like, I love these peppers. Vegetables. This is kale. More avocados because we love avocados. He bought me my coconut water. I like coconut water. We both like coconut water, actually. He got me malt because I love malt. All right. And some apple juice for the kids because the kids love apple juice, right? In my house, I tend to stay away from all these kind of drinks because they're very sugary. But on the Sabbath, we tend to have a little snack and everything else. So he bought some drinks. Then he got some yogurt. That's for him and the kids because I can no longer eat this yogurt, but yogurt. Then he bought some fruit, like, boom, mangoes, and another watermelon. And guys, you see the price? $3. That's what I'm telling you. He shops better than me. $3 for this. Okay? All this fruit. This was $3 also. $3. Okay? Some apples. $3. Bananas. We got bananas. Okay? Cereal for the kids. What else did he get? Oh, he got nuts. So these were on sale for $10, he told me. Under $10 it says. So I think it was nine something. Usually these are $18. So I always tell you guys, when you go out there and you see things in bulk for sale, like buy them. This is $18. You buy it for $18. This the nuts, we eat nuts every single day. This is natural almonds, unprocessed. So it's just the raw almonds that is here, but it's so expensive. So now actually we're gonna go back and buy some more. So we have like maybe 5 or 8. But they're under $10. Usually it's 18, like I said. And then we got some, he got some walnuts because we like to put walnuts in our cake and in our cereals in the morning time when we're eating. Right? Then he got a whole bunch of potatoes again. Look, it's $3. Look at all these potatoes for $3. That's what I told you. My husband, he shops better than me. And then he got some oatmeal, 4 packets of oatmeal. And guys, he bought a chicken. Look at this chicken. It's $15.66. Can you imagine? Chicken. This price is in the store. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous beyond ridiculous. And that's why I had my chickens, because I could have just go in my yard and just pluck a chicken and have him for dinner. And this, I remember when chicken was like $4, $5. Look at the price. Can you imagine like a family buying this small chicken? Like me and my 5 kids and my husband with this small chicken, that's not enough for us, you know? So I tell you guys on this channel, shop smart and grow your own food. And if you can keep some chickens, keep some, because this is too much. And then we got water. Then he bought water because we drink distilled water. So yeah, so this is the grocery for today. That's what my husband went out and buy, like I said. So if you're with a man and he is stingy and he doesn't want to go shopping, or he gives small amount of money to do stuff, and you guys are not married, you're just dating, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Because when you're going to have kids with him, he's going to give you $20. And $20 can buy nothing. I'm being sarcastic, guys. But honestly, like, when you're going to look for a man who's caring, a man who's understanding, a man who's going to go out there and do every single thing for his family. I hear so much stories from single mothers who talk about making wrong choices. I was talking to a single mother the other day, and she was saying that she had a kid with this man, and this man was so cheap, and she regret having a kid for him, because she said that man would actually give her like $50 or $60, and he wants her to move mountain with that money. That kind of man, you don't need him. But like, no. But the sad thing about it is sometimes we find these men and we think like we don't take the time to get to know them. And by the time you are in a relationship with them, you're stuck. You might get pregnant, you have a kid and everything like that. And then you realize this man is super cheap. He doesn't want to buy anything. He has to give you $50 and expect you to buy everything for the house. You know what I'm saying? So ladies, look at these kind of men. Now, I'm not saying that you should put your eyes wide and far and look for a man that is way out of your reach or out of your control or out of your, your control. Because honestly, we have to be realistic here. If you're a woman and you don't have certain skills and you don't have certain values, and there's a high value man out there and you have all these skills and whatever, there is an 80% chance that he's not going to pick you because he wants somebody up to his level. And sometimes women, they think that these high value men, that they're going to pick them, but really they don't. They just want to use you. So be aware of that. And I see a lot of women getting used by these high value men because they just want to put their somewhere. And then you don't become a wife material. That's the whole point about it. So we have to be aware of that. The next thing I want to tell you guys is, when you're looking for this special someone, you need to see their temperament. I'll see a lot of videos where people are talking about narcissist men. And sometimes when you're going out with somebody, you need a longer period of time before you decide to really settle into something with them. Sometimes women are too quick into, oh, he's my boyfriend, I'm dating him. Get to know the person. Give yourself a good year at least to get to know somebody. During that year period, something is going to come out and you are going to see the real person. And the next thing I want to say to women is, sometimes, and I've seen that happen many times. One time before I was married, I had this good friend. We're still friends. We were living together. We were young. We're not married. Living together in our apartment. We live together. And I was looking for a husband. She was looking for a husband. And she met this nice guy. He was a nice guy. I'm telling you guys. Like if I had met him, I would marry him because I think he was awesome, right? But I was so happy for her because she met this nice guy. And the guy he would come over and visit, and every time he would bring stuff. Every time he come over, he would bring something. He would bring drinks. He would bring, not alcohol, non-alcoholic drink, because he didn't drink alcohol. He would drink drinks. He would bring fruits. He would always bring something. He would even come and offer money, like, oh guys, you can buy some lunch or whatever. This guy was a very genuine guy. Very calm, very collective, very caring. If you come to visit her, he will be asking like, oh, so Hazel, how are you doing? How is the family? This kind of person. Very polite, very, whatever. If we go together, he will be like, taking care of everybody. Never like rough or unruly or whatever. And one thing he didn't do was he wasn't like a person who was like overly, like, how should I say, like, in a sexual manner, like holding and kissing and whatever. He'd give her a kiss on the cheek or something, but he was a gentleman, like a real gentleman. So he been coming over and things. So then one day my friend said, let's have a talk. So I'm like, okay, what was the talk? So we're talking. She asked me, she's like, Hazel, what do you think about this guy? I'm like, oh, that's husband material. Husband material for me, that's what I think, because he's such a nice guy. And she's like, I don't think so. She says like, this guy is a cold fridge. So I was like, we say that back home and a guy's like, he's not like, we call them like a cold poke. That's a Caribbean word. I mean, a guy, he's not really, he's affectionate, but not the affectionate that woman wants. He's very polite. He's very gentlemanish, whatever. Like he didn't touch you. He'll kiss you on the cheek or on the forehead or something like that. Like he wasn't like, slapping you on the bum or doing all that kind of stuff. Like, no. So people usually say these guys are just cold pokes, but actually these are the good men. These a good man. This is a myth, a bad myth from society. Anyway, she said, this guy is so cold. Like, he never kissed me. He doesn't even try to hug me all the time. He's always so like up to the dip to the dap to the. So she was upset about this guy. So I was like, I think he's a nice guy. He respects you. He respects your person. I think he really likes you, and he wants to marry you. So that's why he's not, coming sexually, making any sexual advances towards you. He's treating you like a lady and everything like that, So sometimes he would come over, and then my friend wasn't there, and we'll be sitting there, we're just chatting, whatever, and he's so concerned. He asking me like, oh, is your friend all right? How is she doing? Like, he's so concerned about how he likes her so much. So I'm like, great. So I'm talking to my friend, and I'm saying like, whoa, so you guys are gonna get married? She's like, I don't think so. He never even tried to, ask me to. I said, but why you want to do that? Like, why would you want to like sleep with somebody who didn't even ask you? Like, what's the point of that? Like, he's waiting for you. He wants to marry you. Then you're gonna do the deeds. But she didn't see that as a good thing. And then one day, the guy came over and he asked me about my friend. He said, oh, where is so-and-so? So I said, oh, she went to work. And he said, well, I haven't heard from her for a month. I'm like, what do you mean you haven't heard from her for a month? He's like, I keep calling her, she's not answering, and I thought something was wrong with her. So eventually I come over, because I always come over, but she wasn't answering. I thought she had gone somewhere or something like that, or she keeps saying that she's busy or something like that. I didn't want to get into their business, but I was like, I don't know what's going on here. He came by, he brought some stuff, because he said he heard she was sick through a friend, and he brings some Tylenol and some drinks to give her energy and whatever. And I know she wasn't coming up early that day, so I told him she's going to be late. He can come back later if he wants. But he said he had to go to work, and he had blah, 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 so he's going to come back the next day. So when she came home, I said, here, the guy that you were dating, he came over, and this is what he's bringing. She got mad. She's like, oh, he's always giving me stuff, bringing me this, bringing me that, bringing me the other. But he's so like, I don't think he's attracted to me. I don't think he's onto me or whatever. So, and then she said, oh, I met somebody else. I'm like, are you kidding me? Which somebody else you met? Which somebody else? And then she said, I'm just going to tell him that I don't want to be with him anymore. I said, well, you better tell him yourself. And I told her, I said, I think you're making a really wrong decision. So then she showed me that other guy. Yeah, that other guy was like flashy, highty-tighty, driving, this other guy, he didn't have any vehicle or anything. He was just taking the bus and the train, this other guy was like, oh, out there, flashy, whatever. And I told her, I said, see this guy, this new guy, he's gonna break your heart. That's what I told her. I said, this guy is gonna break your heart. Okay. She says, but I like this guy. He's like out there. He's this, is that, the other. Okay? So she broke up with the nice guy. She broke up with a nice guy. And the not nice guy was very heartbroken, because he told me, he said, I really like her. I really love her. And I wanted to marry her. I said, well, what can you say? So this guy moved on. It was a really nice guy. And then she admits a highty-tighty now. You know what happened? Exactly what I told her. This new guy broke her heart to 1,000,000 pieces. 1,000,000 pieces. You know what I'm saying? And every time we talk, she says, worst decision of my life I've made. I should really marry this other guy. So that is why I'm telling you guys, be careful when you are out there looking for a spouse. Because the guy who you think is all flashy and this, that, and the other, they the one that's not going to marry you. She's not married. Didn't marry her. They have kids. Didn't marry her. They're not together right now. He made a life of living hell because he had like so much girlfriends on the side. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a mess, and that's not the life that she wanted. But let me tell you all something. The devil is a liar, and he comes in all different forms. And when you are out there and you meet a nice guy, and the guy is so nice to you, and you're going to break somebody's heart, the Most High is going to deal with you. Let's unpack this grocery.
Hey, I heard you got a new best friend. Yeah, it hurts a bit, I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. In a way, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm unable to make you happy, then it's for the better that you are not with me. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend till the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend. Doesn't feel like it was long ago. We were head over heels in love, thought it'd last forever, but somehow we got lost. Looking back, I didn't realize what was wrong with me. I can't deny I took you for granted. You finally had enough. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend till the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend. Best friend, yeah, it hurts a bit, I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. That's why I wrote you a letter, 'cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. I need to tell you, you were my best friend till the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know.
Now, let me tell you guys another story. Before I met my husband, I met this guy who was a friend of my brother. He was a nice guy. Ain't gonna lie. But he was a cheapskate. He always asking me to borrow my bus pass. And I'm like, why would I borrow you my bus pass all the time if you're gonna be my husband and you're going, oh, I'm gonna be dating you? At that time, he didn't ask me to date me or anything like that. But the minute time he asking me to borrow my bus pass all the time, I start saying, red flags, red flags. So the day he asked me, he's like, oh, I would like to be your boyfriend. I said, nope, I am not interested to being your boyfriend. And then he said, is it because I am poor? I'm like, no, not because you're poor. I'm just not, I don't want to date anybody at this moment. And the truth was, it wasn't a matter that I don't want to date anybody at this moment. I wasn't really dating anybody, honestly. I was looking for a husband. But what turned me off was that this young man would come visit my brother all the time, and we would have a good time together, eating, playing games. We had other friends who would come over because we had at that time we had a lot of cousins living with us and friends, and we'd play games, we'd watch TV, we just hang out and everything like that. We'd cook food, everybody have a good time. But everybody, when they came over to our house, they would bring something, but he wouldn't bring anything. somebody would bring juice, somebody, whatever food we were cooking, somebody would say, what are we cooking today? They're like, oh, I'll bring the chicken, I'll bring the rice. But he never bring anything. He always come to eat, but he never bring anything. And when he comes, he'll be like, oh, can I borrow your bus pass? Because I used to go to work early. I think I used to go to work like 7 in the morning, something like that. Or 6:30. I don't remember exactly, but it was early. And I'll be back home by 2:30ish, 3. I would come in early. And he would work in the evening time. So he always wanted my bus pass. So I think he would work from 3:30 or 4 o'clock until 11 or something like that. That was his shift. So he always asked me, oh, can I borrow your bus pass? Can we share a bus pass? I'm like, nah. Can you imagine? I am a woman borrowing you my bus pass. That was a red flag for me. Even if he was a nice guy, he was kind, he was gentle. But the fact that he wasn't bringing anything to the cookout, the fact that he was not bringing anything to the cookout and he always wanted to lend me my bus pass, I said, no. Ladies, pay attention. Red flag.
Did you pick up a dog yesterday?
No, I went to the doctor.
Oh.
Is if you're a God-fearing woman, pick a God-fearing man. Don't pick a guy who likes to go to party, a guy who's always out there doing all kind of things that you're not interested in. Because you're going to be at home doing the stuff that you're interested in. He's going to be out there doing the stuff that he's interested in. And you guys are not going to mesh. It's like in the scripture it says, don't go with somebody who is unequally yoked, right? Like you're a Christian person or you're Israelite, and he believes in Christianity, he doesn't believe he's an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's like unequally yoked, and it's not going to work. If you're a person, you believe you're going to wait until marriage, and he doesn't want to wait until marriage, it's not going to work. Like you have to look at a lot of things when you're going to go finding the good man, because the good men are out there. You just have to take out the Cinderella story out of your brain and this knight in shining armor who's going to come and rescue you on the horse, because this is not going to happen. Okay, my friend? You actually have to work long and hard to find the good man, because the good men are out there. The good men are out there. You just have to search them out. Let's do this chicken. Look at this small MAGA chicken for $15. that's a video for today, I think. So I just wanted to come on here and talk with you guys a little bit. So guys, there's many good men out there. But those good men are waiting for that compatible woman. And you have to look at yourself and say, am I that compatible woman? And you have to be patient. A lot of women these days are not patient, and then they get themselves in a hot mess. Now that we have so much information, now that we have people out there talking and telling you all kind of stuff, like, try not to get yourself in a hot mess, because the best relationship is a relationship that you take your time with. You take your time to get to know someone. You take your time to go down your list of the things that are on your list, and you take it one day at a time, instead of rushing or trying to say, oh, I don't like him because his feet are too big. I don't like him because he's too short. I don't like him because he's not my type. His face doesn't have the structure and the bone structure that I want. And I think a lot of women, they miss the mark, and they miss Mr. Prince Charming, because sometimes it's not even about looks, but it's about the character of a person and what the person is willing to do for you and your future unborn children. And I think we need to get away from this system of beauty, this system of, oh, this person have a car. Oh yeah, he's driving the latest BMW, the Benz. Oh, he works in corporate. Oh my gosh, that's the man for me. Oh, he works at the bank. I was listening to some of my colleagues talk the other day in the lunchroom, and they were just going on and on about, oh, this guy is so cute. He works at the bank. He drives this car, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying, like, where is the value system? Because at the end of the day, all these things are going to fade away. Because somebody may be looking beautiful, hot, and sexy. What's about if they get in an accident? What about if they can no longer walk? What's about if they get sick? What's about if they no longer have a car? What's about if they lose their house? Like, what's next? Because if you're just with a person for material things, when the material things are gone, what is there? And that's why we have divorce, and that's why we have breakup, we have single mothers, we have kids without parents, without daddies, single dads. Yeah, we don't talk about single dads, but I know a lot of single dads, lots of single dads. Mommy left and left the kids with the dads, you know? And it's not always, oh, because the man is doing something wrong, blah, 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 blah. No, it's a both-way story. I personally know this sweet man. Yeah, he's a very sweet, kind, gentle man. And he has 2 beautiful children with this woman. And this woman, she just decided to, like, oh, I just want to be free. And she just left her children and gone about her business. The kids visit her. And, you know, the man has a good relationship with her because he's a man of honor. He has a good relationship with her. He come visit his kids to give them what they need. He never remarry. He's single, you know, because he loves his wife. But, yeah, oh, I fall out of love with him. He's so, like, soft and so slow, and so he has a good job. He provides for you. You have a home. He looks after your children, takes the children to the park. Like, what else do you want? What else do you need? He loves you. He cares for you. You know what I mean? You had 2 kids for him. Like, how all of a sudden, after the kids are grown now, you're like, oh, I need somebody more exciting. Ladies, please don't do that. Don't go out there breaking men's heart. And the same thing with men. Like, you're the leaders. Stop breaking women's heart. If you see a woman out there and you don't like her, you don't feel any attraction towards her, just leave her alone. Just leave her. Don't just go out there using people. It's against the law of God. And women, just guard yourself and be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. And I say on both sides, men, be very careful, because some women out there are just like Jezebel from the scripture. And there are some men out there, they're just users. So just be extremely careful. And last thing I want to say if I close out this video is, which happened to me personally as a family member of mine, who was dating somebody for about a whole year. and was about to marry that person. And a few weeks before she got married to this person, she realized that this person had an entire family, like was married, have a family somewhere else. And that person was just getting married to her because he wanted to get his landed papers, right? So it's crazy. It's just crazy. Some people, they come from different countries and they get married traditionally, and they come to another country and then they're trying to do some kind of illegal stuff where they're gonna have a second wife, and it's just a mess. Okay, but you see, my cousin, even if she's heartbroken because she loved this person, like she didn't get herself into all this emotional mix up and stuff like that. So she can leave this relationship and say, I don't have any physical scars. I didn't sleep with this person. I didn't do XYZ, blah, blah, blah with this person. So that kind of bonding didn't happen, you know? But that's the problem with a lot of women. If you go and invest yourself with this person now you're completely heartbroken, because we women, we're nurturers, you know? And when you decide to give yourself to a man, now when the man leaves, it really hurts you a lot, right? So that is why it is so important to wait, get to know somebody properly before you give your most valuable self to a man, because that's just gonna shatter you. So even now that she knew what he was up to, they planned the wedding, give out invitation, all kind of stuff. But what I tell you is, when your heart is in the right place, when the Most High see that, you know, you're actually living according to his laws, statutes, and commandments, and your heart is in the right place and you're following exactly what he says, he would never lead you astray. Because had she gone and do all kind of stuff with this man and and defile herself and everything like that, then the Most High would not have made this secret like appeared to her, like, okay, so this man is married and he's using you as a second wife to get papers and whatever. You know, that's all I'm saying. So now she found out it's the whole story with what is happening, how he deceived her and stuff like that. Yes, she's hurt, but that deep, you know, that deep hurt is not there, because she didn't indulge. She didn't let lust take over her. And so that's basically it. So on both sides, both men and women, don't let lust take you over. On both sides, you see a beautiful woman. Women are beautiful. God made women beautiful for men. The woman is made for the man, right? So we're supposed to attract a man. We're supposed to, when they see how, they're supposed to feel a certain way. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do stuff. And on both sides, we need to do things the right way and the wrong way. A man, you go sleep with a woman, you're unprotected, you can get some kind of disease. And the same way around. A man go sleep with a woman and, you know, he loved this woman, you want to say, next, his heart is broken. And the vice versa, all the way. So what I want to say on this channel is just be wise. Be wise in whatever you do. Make sure the person that you are going to choose is a worthy person, somebody that meets up to the value and the standards of the Most High, and also your value also. And that the person is not playing you for a fool. All right? So to all my Sabbath keepers, happy Sabbath. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay positive.